What's up, Cricket buddies? Welcome to another tutorial by Jeff from Ninja Jeff Crafts. And today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little business cards. It's very easy, it's very fun. Come, let's do this together. So I'm going to start teaching from the basics. First of all, when you're creating your business card or your logo, you want to start working with a color palette so that you have a complete set of graphics that go together instead of having multiple different things without any uniformity, because that's going to give a very non-professional look to your account, to your business, or whatever. So the goal here is to have the same colors throughout your logo, throughout your business card, your thank you card, as well as your other graphics, anything that you're putting up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So the secret here is to start with a color palette. So my favorite website to find color palettes is design-seeds.com, as you can see over here. So if you go to their website, in the top menu, you'll find this option to search by color. So once you click on it, you'll see all these different colors. So now you can just click on any color that you really like for your business and explore all the color palettes based on that single color. So I really like this shade of pink or nude, whatever this is. And now you can see, now we have gazillion color palettes based on this main color. So if you scroll down, you'll find such beautiful color palettes over here. It's a really great website. Plus, you get all these codes. So once you have decided on your color palette, go ahead and save all these codes because you're going to be needing them later on. Another method to find a color palette is by using an image. So I'll be creating a graphic, a business card, using one of the images that I purchased from Etsy, which is this one. I'm going to be using this. So I'll be using this image, as you might have seen in my business card that I made. I used this one on the business card. So I'll be generating my color palette using this image. So you can do that as well. You can start with an image. So what you can do is, if you go on Etsy and you find some image that you really like and you want to include that in your business card, in your logo, you can get that image as well and go to Canva color palette generator. So just type on Google Canva color palette generator and you're going to end up on this page. So this is a very fun and easy thing. So click on upload an image and go ahead and select the image that you're going to use on your logo or your business card. And ta-da! Check out this. So the colors have been generated based on this particular image. How cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of these colors and save them because you're going to be needing this throughout your business. Whenever you're making a new graphic for your business, you're going to be needing these colors. So let me just open up a Word document and save this information neatly, nicely on my computer. All right, so we have all of this here. Now we can get started on our business card. All right, so I've opened up my design space canvas. Now, first of all, I'm gonna add a shape to it. I'm gonna add a square shape and turn it into a rectangle. You can either go for the usual business card size, the standard business card size, or if you want to get creative, you can do that as well and play around with different shapes It's totally up to you. So I'm just creating something in a generic format. So first of all, I've taken a rectangle, I've taken a square and turned it into a rectangle. Now I'm just going to change the color to white. All right, so now I want to add a little border around the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this and I'm going to change the color to purple just so I can easily see what's going on. And I'm going to duplicate this again and change the color to something else so you guys will see what I'm trying to do here. So I want to create a I want to create a border line which goes around the edges. So all right, so this looks like a nice and thin line, and I'm just going to select both the images and I'm going to click on slice. And now we have our outer border. Going to get rid of this, and there you go. We have a nice little border over here. So I'm going to place it inside my rectangle like this. All right, so I really like how it looks, and I'm going to change the color. So this is where I'm going to need the color palette that I saved earlier. So I want the outside to be, the border to be this color, the aqua blue. And I'm going to go to the color palette section over here, and I'm going to go to advanced. Once you click on advanced, you'll see this new box pop up. And here I'm just going to paste the color code, and you can, there you go, you can see the color has now appeared over here. All right, so my border is done, and I think I'm also going to change the white to something else, something similar to my color palette. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and upload my image over here. You can either purchase anything from Etsy, or let me show you one more thing. Let me upload this here first. So when you're uploading an image, just save it as complex, because we are gonna print and cut this thing, and we want all of these colors to be there. I'm gonna click on continue, continue again, and save it as print, then cut image. And here we go, our image is ready. Let me just reduce the size. All right, so now I can add this image to my business card. Now, if you don't want to purchase an image from Etsy, you can also browse the image library in Design Space. You can go to images and look for balloons or whatever you want to add to your business card. So I searched for balloons and I found these really cute ones. So I'm just going to click on it and then click on insert images. So right now, as you can see, everything is grouped together, but I just need to use one of these balloons. So I'm going to ungroup this whole thing. And I'm going to select this balloon and group it together so that I can work with it without any problems later on. So we're going to create two different cards. So let me place this here and duplicate this as well. All right, so let's get rid of this one over here. Place this here. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, if you want to move the image to the front, you're going to go to arrange and send to front. All right, so this looks pretty good. Let me just increase the size so everyone can see it clearly. So as you can see, now one more thing you need to keep in mind is the contrast between your images and your backgrounds. As you can see, there's very little contrast between this part of the balloon and the background. It looks pretty flat. So I'm going to change the color to back to white. And this looks much better. It's everything is popping up. However, on this card, you can see the color contrast is pretty good. So we can keep this background as pink over here. Let me just increase the size of this as well. All right, so now I can add my text. So let's say Jav party decor. And I can also, next you can go ahead and change the font to whatever font that you like. You can go for a paid font or a free font. One thing to keep in mind is if you're making something for business purposes, make sure you use a paid font because a lot of free fonts do not come with the commercial license. And if you get caught using non-commercial fonts or images, then you can get into some real copyright trouble. So it has happened to a couple of people. It's very rare, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Feel free to purchase a font. There are a couple of websites where you can get fonts for a very low price. So one of them is Hungry JPEG. They have loads of $1 fonts that you can purchase and use for your business. And they also have font bundles and stuff like that, weekly freebie and stuff like that. So you can make use of that. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on fonts. All you gotta do is just look for, even if you are just buying $1 font, you can get commercial license for that. So go ahead and check out this website. I've included a link below this video as well for you. So go ahead and get your font and install it on your computer, and then you can use that for your business card. So I'm using this font. This is a paid font, so let me just change it to free fonts, which I have on my computer. Oh, the process of picking a font. This is like one of the most annoying job ever on this planet because you tend to get hooked up on this for so long because there's so many different choices. I'll try to be quick here. One thing to keep in mind when using a font, when picking out a font, is to make sure that it's readable, it's understandable, because a lot of times people are not able to read the cursive font. So you want to use something which is easy to read and easy to decipher. So once you have selected your font and it looks like this, change it to print and then reduce the distance between the fonts by going to the letter space section at the top. All right, that looks pretty good. Now again, I need to follow the color palette that was generated earlier because this looks completely out of order. So I'm going to change the color of this text to something from the color palette. So I'm going to go to color, and I think brown would be good. So let me select, copy this and paste it here. And there you go. This looks much more uniform. Now you can add other stuff like your Instagram handle and your email address. So what you want to do is add some icons over here to make it look professional. So one website to get icons is Icons8. So go to the website and look for Instagram icons. So once you're on the website, just look for Instagram, and there we go. So here I'm going to select a plain Instagram icon that I can modify to match my color palette. So I'm going to recolor it to something. So I'm going to recolor it to something that matches with my color palette. I think a pink would be good. I'm going to copy the color palette, copy the color code, and I'm going to paste it here. And there you go. The color has changed. Now I'm just going to click on done and download. Now here you can change the size of the icon. So I prefer using the largest size, which I can resize whenever I like. I'm just going to click on download and save it on my computer. And I'm also going to look for email icon. A good icon to use for email would be something like this. Again, I'm going to recolor it. And there you go, done, and download. Now I need to upload both of these icons on my design space. Now, once you have reached this far, it's best to go ahead and save your project, business cards, so that you don't lose it later on. Just click on save and everything is gonna be saved. Now I'm gonna go ahead and upload my icons. And I'm gonna save it as complex because this is gonna be print and cut. I'm gonna click on continue and save it as print and cut. Insert images. And there you go. Cute little icon is over here. I'm gonna do the same for the email icon. I'm gonna resize it. Let me just zoom in because it's getting smaller and smaller. So you want to make sure that both of these icons are the same size. So what you can do is click on one icon if you're happy with the size and copy the digits, and then click on the next icon and just both paste it over here. And then just click enter, and there you go. So this will ensure that both the icons are the same size. So this looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to add text for my Instagram handle. So Jav Party Decor. And I want to use a simple plain text. So there are two types of fonts that you're going to use on your business card. One is going to be the fancy font, which is going to be your logo, and the other one is going to be a plain text font, which is readable and easy on the eyes for everyone, because not everyone can easily read these cursive fonts. So you want to make it nice and clear. Again, go to fill and click on print. All right, now I'm just going to resize this thing to fit perfectly on the card. Glitchy and annoying to work on design space. That's why I work on a designing software instead of here. But just for you guys, I'm gonna demonstrate here because I know not everyone has access to a design software. Let me reduce the spacing so that it looks more natural. Okay, much better. And I'm just gonna change the font color as well. All right, so these two go together. All right, looks much better now. I'm just going to duplicate this and write my email address. So this is some generic email address that I'm just creating for demonstration purposes. It's not a real email address. So don't send me emails on this address. It's not gonna work. All right, let me just place it beside the email icon. So make sure that both of these fonts are the same size so that it looks professional. So I'm going to reduce the size to 10. I'm going to do the same for the other one. All right, looks pretty good now. So this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everything over here. So if you want, you can add some other stuff on your card. One more thing you can do is just to have fun. You can create a heart-shaped hole in your card if you want. So just insert a heart shape, place it wherever you like it, and select the heart as well as the rectangle base together and just click on slice. And so you will now have the heart cut out on your card to make it look more handmade, to give it that handmade kind of feeling. So once you're done, just make sure that you send the rectangle to the back by clicking on arrange and send to back. All right, so let me just change the color and show you guys this cute little heart that we have at the back. So there you go. There's a cute little heart in the center. And I just love how this turned out. So you guys can just copy this entire thing if you want. So I'm going to change the color back to white. All right. And let me just create something on this card as well. So I'm just going to duplicate everything. Both of these color palettes look really pretty. So now you know how you can just grab something from Design Space and just create whatever you like. Now don't forget to save your project time to time. Gonna get rid of this as well. Now let's make the thank you cards. So what you can do is just duplicate this entire thing. Select both of these together, click on duplicate. Or another thing you can do is look for a tag in Design Space, or you can do that on pixabay.com as well, where you can get free tags and stuff like that. So this is a really nice image for a tag which you can use, or you can create one on Design Space. So let's go back to the canvas, and I want to create a cute little tag over here. So what I'm going to do is add a shape, and I'm going to place it. So I don't want this heart to be there in the center. So I'm going to get rid of this thing first. I'm going to use this rectangle instead. Now I can just place it on top of this here to create a tag, and I'm going to show you how. So just going to make sure that both of these are the same size. Now you can see that there's a cute little tag shape getting formed over here. So let me select both of these and click on weld. Now we have one entire image. So both the images are combined together and we now have our tag. Now I'm going to rotate this so that it's easier. So I'm just going to go to rotate and type 90 in the bar. And there you go. All right, now we can start adding our graphics to our tag. So you want to, as like I mentioned earlier, you want the theme to be consistent throughout your business cards, your other graphics, your tags, and stuff like that. So I'm going to change the color of this thing to white. And I'm going to add this rectangular border as well. So I'm just going to duplicate this and bring it over here, rotate by 90 degrees. And there you go. Now I can add a heart shape, create a hole over here to insert ribbons and, or strings or twine, whatever you feel like. All right, so again, make sure you select both the images and click on slice. Gotta get rid of this heart and this cutout as well. The slice result. Gonna delete this and gonna move this image to the back. And there you go. Now I'm gonna duplicate this thing. You want to have your Instagram and your email address on your thank you cards as well, so that people can, just to act as a reminder to everyone, as a reminder for everyone that that's your handle and they should go ahead and visit you and follow you. Or so you can have a nice little message over here on your thank you card as well. I'm just going to use the same font. So you want to maintain a consistency. So select two fonts, one plain font and one script font, and stick to it and use it throughout your entire branding graphics. So let me change this to thank you. Or you can use this as a handmade tag, made with love or something like that. Next, you can add some message over here. Thank you for supporting my small business. Please follow me on Instagram or stuff like that. So let me just do it and show it to you right here. Here's your coupon code for next order. So this is a great way of getting repeat customers by providing them coupon codes and encouraging them to purchase from your shop once again. So you can offer 5% or 10% or 15% discount, whatever you feel is fit for your business. Then change the alignment to center. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and print and cut this thing. I'm gonna get rid of all the useless stuff here. And I'm also gonna delete this because I don't want to purchase this graphic. And we have these two. They look so cute and pretty. So now before you go ahead and get this thing printed and cut, what you're gonna do is select this all and flatten it. Now you can see everything looks much different because now it's all set to print and cut. There are no black lines, as you can see over here. Gonna do the same for this one. This is a very important step. If you don't flatten it, everything will be all over the place. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on Make It. Next, click on Continue and make sure your printer is connected to your computer. Next, click on Send to Printer. So from the drop-down menu, select your printer over here. So mine is HP Envy Photo 6200 series. Now I'm just gonna click on Print. Once you have printed everything out, go ahead and get it cut. So first of all, you would need to select the material. I am using 250 GSM cardstock, so I'm going to select that from here. Make sure you select the settings corresponding to the material. If you're using a new material, make sure you do a test check before you proceed. So I have already done all the testing and stuff, and everything is already stored on the software. So I'm just gonna click on cardstock 250 GSM, and I'm gonna load my paper and fine point blade and get everything cut. So as you can see, the colors of my printout didn't come out quite well because my colored ink is dying. So yeah, this is the problem of the printer, not Cricut. All right, so it's very important to align the edges. So the top left edge of your printout should be on the top left edge of your mat, as you can see over here. All right, so all the cutting is done. I'm just going to remove the mat. I'm just going to remove the printout. You can go ahead and make similar cards. I've placed the link for the Etsy store where I got these graphics from, and I've also placed the link to get the color palettes. So go ahead and check out all the links and tag me in your business cards once you're done on Instagram as Cricut Maker Crafts. All right, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you later. Bye bye.